Many Bloomburrow cards are jumping this week, so we're going to look at the top 15 hottest ones. This video is sponsored by Flipside Gaming. Check out flipsidegaming.com for all your gaming needs. Right now you can pre-order Dustmore and House of Horror, or find a vast number of other great products on their website. Remember, shipping is free in the US if your order is over $100 or consists only of singles. Just look in the description or comment section below for direct links to their site. Hey there, this is John from Heroes and Legends, and welcome to another edition of the Magic the Gathering Market Watch. Today we're looking at the top 15 hottest cards from Bloomburrow, and we're going to include not just cards from the main set in this list, but also cards from the Commander deck as well. Typically, a week after a set is released, you don't see that many cards spiking, but this set is different. Our hot list is based on two things. We want to see a percentage increase in the value of the cards, but we also want to see a true increase in the number of sales from week to week as well. Quickly before we get into it though, I do want to say thank you to one of our YouTube Legend Tier channel members, and that is Miguel Almendras. Thank you so much, Miguel, for all your support. Miguel always tries to make it to the live premieres as well, and I really can't tell you how much I appreciate everything, Miguel. The support goes a long way, and I could not do this without viewers like yourself. So sincerely, thank you. And now, without any further ado, let's get into it. Coming in at number 15 is Rotten Mouth Viper, up $1.40 to $9.99. That is a 16% increase. This is seeing a good amount of early standard play in the new Feyblade deck there. I have seen this starting to appear in modern mono black coffers too. We'll have to see if that sticks. Rotten Mouth Viper also is in Commander decks. The more popular ones are around new cards from Bloomburrow like Igra, Eater of All, Gev Scout Scorch, Maha its Feathers Knight, and Vren the Relentless, all from the main set. But I'm also seeing some getting Rotten Mouth Viper to upgrade the Bloomburrow Scrolled Away Commander deck, while others are putting it in fresh builds around the front-facing Commander from there, Hazel of the Root Bloom. Number 14 is Raw Crackling Wit. This goes up $1.45 to $8.95. That's a 19% increase. This is already a 3 or 4 of in standard Jeskai control. It's also appearing in Izzet control there, and Rawl is getting a good amount of Commander play in both decks old and new as well. The two most popular ones are around other Bloomburrow cards, Alania Divergent Storm from the main set, but also included in the starter kit, and Bria Riptide Rogue from the starter kit. Number 13 is Hazel's Brewmaster, up $1.87 to $3.29. That's a 132% increase. This is from the Squirreled Away Commander deck. It's getting a lot of Commander play in old decks as well as new ones. Not surprisingly, it's in some fresh builds around cards from the Precon, Hazel of the Root Bloom, and the old Acorn Gang, as well as Chatterfang Squirrel General, although that last one is a reprint. It's also in some solid builds around cards from Bloomburrow's main set like Igra, Eater of All, and Camellia, the Seed Miser. Number 12 is Season of the Burrow, up $1.99 to $4.99. That is a 66% increase. This is starting to take off now that it has found a home in the standard Orzhov midrange deck. It's also seeing a good amount of Commander play too. Some are grabbing it to upgrade the Bloomburrow Peace Offering deck, while others are putting it in fresh builds around the front-facing Commander from there, Miss Bumbleflower. Season of the Burrow is also in some other popular builds around cards from the main set too, like Balin the Haymaker, Mabel Heir to Cragflame, and Phineas Ace Archer. Number 11 is Alchemist Talent, up $2.37 to $7.69. That's a 45% increase. So each Commander deck has an exclusive talent spell that cannot be pulled anywhere else, including collector boosters. This is the exclusive talent from the Animated Army deck, and I think players are now just realizing that these talents may be harder to acquire since they're not in collector boosters. 3 out of 4 of them made our hot list this week. When it comes to gameplay, this is in fresh builds around a couple cards from its Precon, the front-facing Commander Bellow Bard of the Brambles, and Wildseer Scouring Maw, but it's in some other builds too, like Mira Trash Tactician from the main set, for example. Before we hit the top 10, just a quick reminder, this video is sponsored by Flipside Gaming. Check out flipsidegaming.com for all your gaming needs. Right now you can pre-order Dustmore and House of Horror products there, or pick up any number of other things, MTG related or otherwise. Remember, if your order's over $100 or consists only of singles, shipping will be free in the United States. Also, if you're looking for a direct link to their site, just check out the description or the comment section below. I have links posted in both of those places. Now, without any further ado, let's get to the top 10. Number 10 is Patchwork Banner, up $2.53 to $3.93. That's a 181% increase. This uncommon is blowing up since Kindred decks are always very popular in Magic, and this fits into all those builds. It even mana fixes / ramps too. Obviously, Commander is the key driver here, but this is showing up in the standard Azorius Soldiers deck already too. When it comes to Commander though, this is in countless decks. Right now, 2 of the more highly played ones are around cards from Bloomburrow. They are Mabel, Heir to Cragflame, and Vren the Relentless. Number 9 is Igra, Eater of All, up $2.68 to $15. That's a 22% increase. If you've been watching these videos lately, you know this has been a wildly popular commander right out of the gate, but it's in the 99 of some builds too. Some players have been picking it up in order to upgrade the Squirreled Away deck, while others have been putting it in fresh builds around cards from there, one being the reprinted Shatterfang Squirrel General, but also Hazel of the Root Bloom and the Odd Acorn Gang. It's also in the highly played Camellia the Seed Miser commander decks too at times. Number 8 is Gorman's Talent, up $3.27 to $4.99. That's a 190% increase. This is the exclusive talent card from the Squirreled Away commander deck. Again, that exclusivity is a big reason this is jumping the way it is, but it does get a lot of commander play too. It's in new builds around cards from its pre-con, including the reprinted Shatterfang Squirrel General, as well as Hazel the Root Bloom and the Odd Acorn Gang, but it's also in some highly played decks around cards from the main set too, like Mira Trash Tactician, Igra Eater of All, and Camellia the Seed Miser. Number 7, Zorline Cosmos Caller, up $3.34 to $3.99. That's a 514% increase. Sure, this is already a very highly played commander, but it's also getting a significant amount of standard play. It's in those Orzhov mid-range decks that are performing very well, and it appears in other builds too, like Life Gain and Abzan mid-range. Number 6, Innkeeper's Talent, up $3.61 to $20.29. That's a 22% increase. This card has been spiking pretty aggressively since its release. The main reason for that is because it combos with Vraska Betrayal Sting. Basically, if you play Vraska with Innkeeper's Talent when level 3 is active, you can give an opponent 18 poison counters. A new standard Golgari mid-range deck runs 2 to 4 copies of Vraska, as well as 3 or 4 copies of Innkeeper's Talent. The build is getting a lot of attention. This card also appears in standard Jund Prowess. Additionally, I'm seeing some trying it out in modern Hardened Scales, and as you can imagine, Innkeeper's Talent is getting a lot of commander play too. It's a good upgrade to the Peace Offering deck, and it's in fresh builds around Miss Bumbleflower from there. Additionally, another very popular deck running Innkeeper's Talent is the one around Helga Skittish Seer from the main set. Coming in at number 5 is Hazel of the Root Bloom, up $4.64 to $8.49. That's a 121% increase. This is the foil borderless copy that comes with the Squirreled Away commander deck. Sure, this is in fresh commander builds around a couple cards from its pre-con, the reprinted Shatterfang Squirrel General, as well as the Odd Acorn Gang, but Hazel is also in 2 highly played builds around cards from the main set, Igra Eater of All, and Camellia the Seed Miser. Number 4 is Biza the Bounding Spring, up $6.13 to $12. That is a 104% increase. This is quickly becoming a standard staple in the current meta. It's in wildly popular builds like Orzhov Midrange and Azorius Control. It's in others too though, like Azorius Artifacts, Jeskai Control, Abzan Midrange, and sometimes Feyblade. In Pioneer, I have seen it in 4-color Enigmatic Fires, and some have been trying it in Azorius Controller too. When it comes to Commander, this is already a fairly popular commander. Some wanted to upgrade the Family Matters commander deck. Speaking of Family Matters, here's a fun fact. I've never played a game with the Family Matters commander deck, but I was in an episode of the TV show. Anyway, it's also in fresh builds around a couple cards from there. The deck, not the TV show. The front-facing commander is Zinnia Valley's Voice and Arthur Marigold Knight. You also see Biza in a variety of other builds, including 2 highly played ones around cards from the main set, Balin the Haymaker, and Mabel Heir to the Cragflame. Coming in at number 3 is Caretaker's Talent, up $6.80 to $8.90. That is a 324% increase. This is another card seeing standard play. It's in Boros Control, Mono White Poison, and Mono White Control. I have seen some trying it out in Azorius and Jeskai Control too. And it is another card that some want to use in order to upgrade Family Matters, the commander deck, not the TV show. While others want it for fresh builds around Zinnia Valley's Voice from there. Caretaker's Talent is in other commander decks too though. In fact, the most popular one is around a card from the main set, and the Haymaker. Coming in at number 2 is Fortune Teller's Talent, up $778 to $890. That is a 695% increase if you're doing the math at home. This is the exclusive talent card from Family Matters, the Commander deck, not the TV show. And again, that exclusivity is the reason there's some extra heat on this card. Not surprisingly, it is in fresh builds around Zinnia Valley's Voice from there, but it's in some other decks too. Again, highly played ones around new cards like Glarb Calamity's Augur from the main set, and Flubs the Fool, which is the Bloomburrow Buy a Box promo commander card. And finally, coming in at number 1 is Poliwag Prodigy, up $10.67 to $25. That is a 74% increase. This is also from Family Matters, the Commander deck, not the TV show. Poliwag is seeing play in fresh builds around Zinnia Valley's Voice from there, but like a lot of cards from our video today, it's getting tons of play in the Commander format. Poliwag Prodigy is in several other builds there, both old and new. 2 of the most popular ones are around cards from Bloomburrow's main set. They are Clement the Worrywart and Glarb Calamity's Augur. Alright, that's going to do it for our top 15 hot Bloomburrow cards, and like I said at the top of the video, very surprising when a new set comes out and like over a week later you see cards spiking. Not just mythics either, but rares in a lot of cases. We even saw an uncommon. This is definitely a set to keep an eye on. Now I imagine as more product gets into players' hands, some of these cards will cool off and start to retract some. Feels like that should be inevitable, but there's going to be some gems in here, no doubt. Anyway, until next time, hey, thanks for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, and have a great day. Hey, thanks for watching. This video is made possible through the generous support of viewers like you on Patreon. Check out the description below for links to our Patreon page, as well as our Amazon affiliate store, where a small percentage of all sales will also help support the channel. Finally, if you haven't had a chance yet to subscribe, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of the new videos on Heroes and Legends. Talk to you again soon, and have a great day.